It's been a little bit so. Oh crap!
Oh, that is way too high.
I'll fix that here. Okay. I think this will probably work a lot better.
All right. It still could probably be a bit lower, but I think it'll work. I think that could be a bit louder. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Just got in the mood to live stream some Naruto, so. Login bonus? I'm going to start with the story mode. I honestly don't remember much of what happens in the story mode because I haven't really been paying attention to the cutscenes and stuff. I've gotten through a few fights of it, though. Like the Christmas I got this game last year. Oh, that's good. Can feel really good to crack your knuckles after a little bit.
How do you like that? Mission accomplished. I'm not a beginner anymore. Huh? Yeah, I'm awesome. You're speechless.
No, I'm just amazed.
But I did it. You're not being very nice to me.
Hey, what's so fun about surprising me?
You're always in a bad mood. I just want to be more friendly with you.
You want to be friendly with the guy?
Don't worry, it's not what you think. I just...
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to sit through that. I just kind of want to get to the fighting. Yeah, I don't really remember much of what happens in the story mode because, yeah, I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to the cutscenes and stuff. Mostly because I've just been skipping through them. Go on to the next episode. Yeah. Meat. Switch just made a weird beep sound. I don't know why the Switch makes weird noises like that. Loading.
Boruto.
I think I actually forgot that you were able to pick your own character in the story mode. Alright. I'll play with part 1 Sasuke. Loading. The game does tend to load a lot, but not like as nearly as much as like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Jesus Christ. I remember when like the first few times I played that game, the loading screens were fucking relentless. This reminds me of Sasuke fighting Sasori like in the woods during that filler arc Adult Swim aired last year that I was talking about, where the part 1 characters are in the woods and they fight off the Akatsuki and stuff. Yeah, that was a pretty weird arc, but I enjoyed it. even if it doesn't make sense for like these Part 1 Naruto characters to beat up these Akatsuki members, but you can excuse that a bit for that because, you know, it's like dream filler after all. Yeah, definitely the best episode of that arc. I think the best episode of that arc will always be the one where Neji sees his father, and I think a lot of us can agree with that. Because that's a cool episode of Neji seeing his dad and stuff. There were other cool episodes of the arc too, but the episode with Neji's dad's the best one. Got to step my game up a lot better at the second half of that fight. Loading on. A rank, okay. Go to the next episode? Yeah. Oh yeah, and speaking of Adult Swim, tomorrow night they're supposed to be airing episode 472 of Shippuden. I thought like the next 2 Saturdays, since I made that one video that talks about episodes 473 and 474 of Shippuden, I thought those were going to be the next 2 episodes they're airing, but nope. Right now, the next episode they'll air is episode 472, the one episode about Obito and stuff, and then the one after that they'll air episode 473 next weekend, either next weekend or the weekend after that, depending on what they want to do for Toonami that night. And I'm looking forward to recording that episode for the DVR. Because that's a really good episode. I personally think the best episode of the Kaguya fight is either episode 459 or episode 473. The one episode like where either the episode where the fight starts or the episode where the fight pretty much ends, and you get that cool speech with Kakashi at the end and Team 7 working together, showing that they've developed as a team and such. Really cool stuff. Best episode of the Kaguya fight. What would be the worst episode of the Kaguya fight? That's probably a good question to ask. I don't know. I don't know. There were some pretty slow episodes, and there's quite a lot of filler. There's a lot of filler going on at that during that fight too. And so many damn cutscenes. I don't feel like boring you guys with these cutscenes. It would be the worst episode. If I could sacrifice one of the Kaguya fight episodes to watch, which would it be? I don't know. Maybe I don't know, maybe episode 471 or 472. If you want to include the filler episodes during that fight, like with Hagoromo and his sons and all that, I don't know.
The Sharingan pattern. The history of warring state seals. All right. I'll do some investigating of my own.
Thanks. Here's a copy. So any news on your end?
There's some suspicious intel, but after listening to you, I have some people I'm interested in. The criminal organization Zero.
Zero.
It was founded by Mertz, a rogue ninja of Hidden Rain, and they're furthering the
Letting this
intentions
cutscene
of the
play so I
late
can pull up
Pain
the stream on
Akatsuki.
my laptop.
Apparently, Mertz is calling himself Pain's successor, but I don't have any more information than that. They've been operating underground until now, but they've been very active lately. Thinking about the time frame when that Teguse you mentioned left the
Oh,
village.
Boss is here, and you left the chat message. Sorry, it's not popping up on my phone. I just pulled up my laptop. For now, what's your favorite episode of Total Drama? The Fossa from 1 through 4.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I think your whole series so far is pretty good. Maybe the last one, since it's all about dancing and such. And I like dancing. And again, like I said in the comment of that episode, it's nice that episode did, like, well, Cameron did get eliminated. At least he didn't get eliminated in a body cast, unlike the last episode, unlike his elimination in All Stars during the 100th episode of Total Drama. Yeah, the laptop, the chat message is showing up on my laptop and not on my phone for whatever reason. So I'll just have my laptop beside me and keep an eye for chat messages. It's weird. The quality of my live streams have been kind of going downhill. Since now I can't do them in like a widescreen quality ratio. I have to film the screen like this. And it looks kind of blurry. Like, I wouldn't say it looks awful, but it does look kind of blurry. And
That was the information we got.
so many cutscenes. Yeah, I can see why, though. I mean, you need the cutscenes to tell a story. I'm not gonna lie about this. But it does take me days and hours and minutes or minutes to make fan-made series. Yeah. I can see how like making a fan-made series is like excuse me. Random cough there. But like making a fan-made series is like a completely different thing to like making like a one standalone skit. Like let's say that one skit I did that one time about Goku, Vegeta, Gumball, and Darwin going in the haunted house. Yeah, doing it into a whole series, that's a completely different thing. Who do I want to play with? I'm gonna do. I'll go with this Naruto. And Fossa, if you couldn't already tell, yes, this is the same game Goku and Vegeta played at the beginning of that one video I did lately. I thought about maybe doing a skit that's all about the two playing this game, like yelling at each other while they're playing it, of Goku being Vegeta's ass. See if Goku's really right about how he'll always be better at Naruto than Vegeta. I'm sure you'd at least laugh at the acting for that. And here's a fun fact about that video. If you, with the Naruto skit at the beginning, if you couldn't tell because of the gameplay, I wasn't actually doing 1-player versus 2-player for the part where Goku and Vegeta played the game at the beginning. I was playing against a computer, but it does look like you're playing. But like, you know, I thought with like, since there's no, when you're playing against the AI, there's like nothing on the screen that says, oh, a CPU logo or to tell you that you're playing against the computer. I thought, you know, I could make it look like they're playing against each other in the game. That's what I like about Naruto games. Like when you're playing against the AI, there's like nothing in it that says, oh, you're playing against a CPU. There's like no computer logo on the screen or anything like that. So you could just like disguise it and, you know, use it for some kind of video if you want to have like, if you're a person by yourself having multiple people play the game and make it look like it's actually multiple people playing a game, but it's just you playing against the AI. I like that. That's something cool you can't do with like other fighting games like Dragon Ball games or Super Smash Bros. Games. Because with the Dragon Ball games, if you do like if you fight do a multiplayer match against each other, if you do a multiplayer match against each other in the Dragon Ball games, at least for like the 3D ones, it gets to a split screen. And if you play against the AI in those games, it doesn't do a split screen, so it's really easy to tell whether you're playing against the AI or not. With Smash Bros, that's kind of hard. That's harder to hide since, you know, if you're playing against the AI, you have like the computers that have a computer CPU text floating above them and stuff. But yeah, anyway, I noticed you gave me another chat message. We think Illuminating music I use from the Fossa series. Or I like how it's the one from the show. That same elimination music that would play on seasons set 1 through 6 of Total Drama. The final marshmallow goes to. I used to play the music on the computer all the time and annoy my family with it. I love the elimination music. It's so suspenseful. Right, Kakashi Hatsuke is next. And I also like the music you use after that. It seems like you have been using like those videos I told you about, where people take Total Drama, the background songs of Total Drama, and edit the vocals out of them. Yeah, I found those videos. Like I think I found those videos around the time I was looking for that song, the song that plays when Gwen and Trent are about to kiss, for that scene where Shadow almost kisses Princess Bubblegum and Vegeta 2. I think that's when I found them, and that was almost 2 years ago. So yeah, I've known about them for almost 2 years at this point. I think I could move you guys a bit closer. There. But yeah, that's my fun fact about that video. When Goku and Vegeta played the game at the beginning, I wasn't playing against myself in 1 player versus 2 player. I was playing against the computer. It made it look like it was actually Goku and Vegeta playing against each other in the game.
We have a winner. Not in the same team in the Fossa. Well, that was the case for Island, where they weren't on the same team there. But that's funny. Like in the following seasons, though, they would have to be in the same teams together. Like them being on the Gaffers team and Action, and on the Team Amazon and World Tour. And then in All Stars, they would have to be on Team Villain, even though Gwen's not a villain, and she even established that she's not a villain and she shouldn't be on the villains team. It's a little joke. The place, getting less cutscenes at this point. I don't want to do the story mode for the whole stream though. I want to do other stuff. Kisame, who's voiced by Kirk Thornton, the guy who voices Shadow in Sonic Boom. And Fossa, if you haven't seen, I recently. Yeah. Play as now. I'll go with the guy. Perfect. Unfortunately, more cutscenes. All right, I think I'm gonna do one more fight on the story mode. I'll be Gara. All right. I know I said that'd be the last fight. I'm going for another one. What do you think of my confessionals? I think they're done exactly like they should. You know, with the stack and stuff. I know I said that'd be the last fight, but... Alright, let's see if I can make this the last one for real. Who to play as now? No. Okay. These story fights are getting addicting, but I think I'll make this one. I think the last fight I'll do in the story mode depends on if, like, you know, if there's a cutscene after that. What do you think of my intro of 12 Jam with the Fossa? I think it's nice and different from the original 12 Jam intro. Nice and different. It's nice and well edited. It's not like completely, it's not, you didn't just, I like how you made your own intro instead of being lazy and just, you know, ripped an intro from the show. Like, you know, used an intro from the show and called it, oh, there's my intro for Total Drama with the Fossa. Anyway, the voice acting fun fact I was talking about. Okay, yeah. Like I said before, Kisame, that light blue dude I showed earlier, is voiced by Kirk Thornton, the guy who does the Boom voice actor for Shadow and Sonic Boom. And if you haven't noticed, a few weeks ago I made a video that shows what Sonic and Shadow's that shows Sonic and Shadow talking to each other in Datara and Kisame's voices in Naruto Shippuden, and it talks in at the end of, like, I think it was episode 17 of Shippuden. of where Deidara and Kisame talk to each other about Sasuke's older brother Itachi, who's another Akatsuki member, another Uchiha character. And, since Deidara and Kisame have Sonic and Shadow's Boom voice actors, I thought, what? Why don't I take that scene, to kind of spoof it and, do it with the Boom versions of Sonic and Shadow, make like a funny voice actor reference right there. It fits so well with them. It works so well with having them talk like that. Because not only are they voiced by the same people, but they also sound like them too, especially Shadow and Kisame. They do sound alike. Even though I do remember Kirk Thornton sounding nothing like either of those characters. When I hear him talk in his normal voice, I've heard him talk in his normal voice, like I think a few times before. I don't remember what it sounds like, but I do remember it sounding nothing like Shadow or Kisame. Did I sound like Chris? No, not really, but I think your Chris voice is kind of funny. All right, but that's enough of the story mode. I'm gonna set up a computer fight, and I get this type of fight I've done a few times before. At least I think I might have done this on the game on the other stream I've done on this game, and that's a voice actor reference fight between Deidara and Kisame. I had a little hiccup there. Sorry about that. All right, there's Deidara, and I saw Kisame right above him. So. Sonic versus Shadow. What about Chef? Do I sound like him? Well, I wouldn't say you sound too much like him, but I do like how you try to change your voice for Chef. For Chef, because Chef's like the big tough guy. It would be a lot more unfitting if you just used your normal voice for Chef. Righty campers. I do like how you change the tone of your voice for Chef, make him sound tougher and such. Alright, then. What other voice impression do I want to do? I want to do a voice impression on Shadow's voice in Sonic Boom. Let me try it. I think I've done it before and I've done it pretty good, but I probably can't do it justice at the moment, but I'll give it a try anyway. Your shoddy craftsmanship brings shame on all hedgehog kind, and for that you shall perish. It kind of sounds a bit like him, but let me try again with this line later in that episode of Sonic Boom. Enough! How is a guy supposed to destroy his foes with dolts like you wandering around? We'll fight again soon, Sonic, but next time on my terms. Yeah. No wonder why the guy sounds nothing like Shadow and Kisame. Their voices are pretty easy to do. I prefer to stay. I remember that one video you did like over a year ago of you doing your Shadow impression. I think you made that one over a year and a half ago. Yeah, your voice impressions can be pretty funny, Fasa. And I think Shadow and Chef are good examples of that. Oh yeah, here's something I probably should have mentioned in a Total Drama backstory video. Like, I was talking about how when I was little, I did find like clips. I also used some audio for Total Drama with fossil lines. Yeah, that's funny. Like how Cody's saying. How he threw in a Toy Story 3 line of Woody for when Cody got eliminated in the third episode. Okay, fine. Perfect. And with that, Shadow wins. But I hope it's a three-round match. Anyway, with the Total Drama backstory video, was something I probably should have mentioned in that video. Was I do remember at some point in the video I was talking about me watching clips of action and Will Tour off the Cartoon Network website, like during like 2010. Yeah, I probably should mention that also back then on the Cartoon Network website, I don't think they still have it now. I think if they have any total drama clips on the Cartoon Network website, it would be the total drama rama. Since, like I said, usually nowadays when Cartoon Network airs anything total drama, it's total drama rama. But I do remember back when I was in the early 2010s, they also had I'm pretty sure they had every episode of Island on Cartoon Network, excluding the rehearsal before going on in action. They did it in between Owen and Gwen competing for the finale and the beginning of action. If I remember correctly, for some weird reason, at some point, at first they had like all the episodes for Island, but then after that they like only had episodes from like episode 12 or 11, like episode 11 or 12 from like the trust episode or in episode 11, or like the boot camp episode in episode 12. From that point on up until like episode 26 or 27, it was pretty weird. Probably should have also mentioned that in the backstory. Yeah, that's how it was. That's what it was like on the Cartoon Network website. I haven't seen a full episode of anything on the Cartoon Network. I don't think I've even seen clips of anything on the Cartoon Network website in forever. Last time I saw a full episode of it might have been like a full episode of anything off the Cartoon Network website was probably like over a decade ago, in the early 2010s when I was watching total drama off of there. I also remember like watching Foster's episodes on there. They had some really good Foster's episodes from like early season 3 or 4 on the Cartoon Network website. I like it. It would be hypocritical for me to be against using images of the characters, because I've done that a lot for my videos before, like with spoofs and stuff. Like almost my entire Vegeta Shrek series was done with just pictures of the characters instead of clips. Even when I was starting to use the Ucut app and I have a better chance of getting clips in sync, I still use pictures of the characters, because I didn't want to get in like copyright issues, and also I didn't want to. Clips or pictures are easier to get in sync than clips. Like with using clips, like with getting clips in sync, yeah, well, it is cool and it can help make the video feel more fluid. The thing about using clips is that you gotta know how long the clip is, to see if it's good enough to use in the video. To see if you're using this clip in the video would have to lead to you like slowing down the clip or maybe like looping it. With pictures, you don't have to worry about that at all. So yeah, that's the thing I really like about using pictures instead of clips. Because there have been times in my videos where I use pictures of like certain shots that are like barely on screen for like maybe like not even a second or maybe like a few seconds, and in order for it to, and probably like the only way to have that shot be on screen longer is if I just took a clear enough screenshot of it and showed it on video for pretty much as long as I could. But yeah, on that fight, Shadow wins. Yeah, let me do that line again. We'll fight again soon, Sonic, but next time on my terms. And not my best impression of that line, but I tried. Still one of my better fictional character impressions. I don't always have the best fictional character impressions. I'll just do a random fight. I don't really care who's fighting who. I don't really care where this fight's going to take place in. Minato versus Sarada. Later night scenes controlled around the Mufasa. I think they're good scenes, like with the elimination ceremony and all that. Although something I kind of wish that there's something I would kind of like to see with like the elimination scenes of Total Drama and the Mufasa is if you like you change the number of the marshmallows as Crush is passing them on, and like have there be less marshmallows on the plate as he gives away the marshmallows instead of having instead of showing the same image that shows the same amount of marshmallows like every time Chris calls for who he gives the marshmallow to. I think it'd be cool to see that, like have the amount of the marshmallows lower and change as they're as Chris is giving out the marshmallows. Like it's not a huge problem, but still, I think it would be better if you. It's like a not a huge complaint, but I still think it would be better if you lower the amount of marshmallows that are on the plate, so it looks more like Chris is actually giving the contestants the marshmallows instead of having them out saying who the marshmallows go to, like at least up until he says who gets the final marshmallow. I'm rooting for Minato to win. Minato, Naruto's badass father. He did. If the chat messages aren't popping up on my phone at all. Maybe it's because I haven't pressed the live chat button on the phone. Let me try it without knocking the phone down. Oh. That's what you meant. Okay. And I think the reason why the chat messages weren't popping up on my phone is because I didn't press the view chat messages button on the phone. But anyway, yeah, I do like how you do those little scenes, like the show later that night before the elimination scene, and you do the same type of later that night, time card thing that I did for part 34 of Vegeta 2 to translate to that mid-credit scene, or rather in my Vegeta 2, a pre-credit scene, since I did that little scene with the drunkies before doing the end credits. Later that, whenever I hear you say, whenever there's a scene of you saying later that night, Hologram of the Fossa, that's the first thing that immediately pop into my mind. That flashback of me doing that later that night time card for part 34 of my Vegeta 2 project. Okay, I want to actually play. I want to actually play in the fight. That's not a story mode fight, so yeah, taking a break from computer fights. Singles. Hard. Yeah, call me lame for not putting it on super hard. I don't feel like raging and losing on the tournament. I'll just do this with base Shippuden Naruto. I don't want to spend. Oh, got part 1 Sasuke. Naruto. Yeah, there's other characters in the game apart from Naruto and Sasuke. Okay, there's Kankuro, Kabuto. So many characters in this game. Like, if you thought the Naruto Wii and GameCube games had big rosters, look at this game. Oh crap. I hit A little too quick. Damn. Oh well. I think since I picked that stage anyway, I'll have every fight take place in this stage. Because I think, having all the stages take place in one fight in a tournament makes it feel more like an actual tournament, Like, it's cool how you can pick a different stage. I mean, I'm not against the idea of picking a different stage for every fight in the tournament. No, I guess I kind of like that idea, but I prefer, like, doing every fight in one stage, so it feels more like an actual tournament, It's the same with doing tourney on the Super Smash Bros. Games. Do you wish Chris gets more screen time in Total Drama Mufasa? Now, I think he gets a good chunk of screen time for the host. And after all, even if he doesn't get enough screen time, we all have to understand that Chris, I guess he is pretty much the main character since he's the host and he's the guy who you don't have to worry about getting eliminated since he's the host. You got to focus on the contestants. You have like freaking 10 contestants on this new series of yours. They'll focus on the contestants. I don't exactly wish he gets more screen time in Total Drama Mufasa. I think even if he doesn't get enough screen time in Total Drama Mufasa, I think it would be for a good reason since, we got to focus on the contestants and stuff. That's like the main thing. That's like the main thing of Total Drama. Seeing what's going on with the contestants, seeing them go through these challenges and shit. Can't believe I finally finished my Toon Story French. Yeah, good. So yeah, even if you can't finish your future spoof projects, you at least have your Toon Story series finished like you wanted. Like your Cartman Shrek movies are finished like you wanted. Oh, and the other Naruto's wearing a yellow clothing. That's cool. I kind of like how in this game you can't play as like the characters and their pilot swap outfits unless if there's like someone who's the second to pick the same costume as you. I kind of like that idea. Do you think Chef took over talking to the team through the challenge instead of Chris talking? Maybe, but not too much. And you just remind me of those episodes of Total Drama where Chef takes over as host, like in episode 24 of Island where he hosts the show because like Chris is off doing some award show. So he takes over as host and he abandons the contestants in the woods to defend for themselves. And, it becomes a Duncan and Owen versus Gwen and Heather episode. That's a really good episode. A great one. Like one of the best from Island. And there's also that one funny episode in Revenge of the Island. It's not as good of an episode in my opinion, but it's one. The one where Chris gets flung into that into that septic tank or whatever because of Scott trying to do his dumb prank. And that prank is accidentally taken to Chris. Works on Chris, so yeah, shit takes over the challenge. And has them cook up all the crap for DJ. But DJ gets scared and runs off, so there's a rule change, and they have to eat their own food. Of course, whoever eats it first wins, and doesn't have to wear a tracking collar. That's a funny episode. Oh, I think the saddest part of the episode definitely is Scott getting eliminated at the end because he's my favorite character in Revenge of the Island, and he gets eliminated. At least he made it a little farther in All Stars. Not way farther, but, a bit. Oh, man. I really wish he made it to the All Stars finale, though. I would have loved to see him win that season. I'm not that I blame Zoe for picking Mike to bring to the finale instead of Scott. No, she has a perfectly understandable and in-character reason as to why she did that. But still, that doesn't change the fact that I would love to see that. I wish Scott made it to the finale. Like, I'm kind of conflicted by Scott's elimination in All Stars because on one side, I feel Zoe. I feel why she would have picked Mike, who, even though he was more Mal at the time, I could understand why she would pick Mike to bring to the finale instead of Scott. But on the other hand, I really wish Scott had made it to the finale and like compete with Zoe for the $1 million. Yeah, and to make him getting eliminated even worse, he shows up for like maybe he barely shows up in All Stars, only to get flown into the sun with everyone else, like most of the other contestants. It's pretty sad. But hey, at least he made it really far in All Stars, so yeah. Yeah, that might even be it for me spoofing Toy Story. Cause yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine you getting tired of spoofing Toy Story. I'm sure if you were to do it again, you would probably want to have I was happy when Mike was nice again at the end. Yeah, that was cool to see. But they could have still like done that plot point again and like have him come back in the All Stars finale as one of the helpers and have him help Zoe out and have that All Stars finale be Scott versus Scott versus Zoe at the finale. They could have done that. And I'm not saying I don't like how All Stars ends. No, it ends in a cool way with Mike coming back to normal and Mal suffering his death. And Alejandro, Fang now having Alejandro as his enemy apparently than Scott, since like Mike frames him later in the episode with the shark tooth. Yep. All right, this fight, Orochimaru, who's voiced by Steve Bloom, fighting against the guy that Itachi teamed up in those Itachi filler episodes, Adult Swim aired last year. As for what you were saying, Rapid Lover was spoofing Toy Story again. Yeah, I can imagine. You were probably pretty tired of spoofing Toy Story. But if you were to do it again, I'm sure you'd probably want to have Dookie from Johnny Test be Woody, since you talked about how it'd be having Dookie be Woody, and you would like to see someone else have Dookie be Woody. Yeah, I could do that, but I don't really feel like it. Not that I don't like the casting choice, but I just don't like Johnny Test that much. I mean, I still like it. It'd be a disservice for me to say, oh, I don't like it like most people do, but it would also be an exaggeration to say, oh, I'm as into it as Rabbit Lover and Mr. Bean fan are. I still like it. It's like a B tier show for me. But I don't like it enough to want to put it in my spoofs, Maybe I'll put like Bling Bling Boy in one of my spoof casts one of these days, though, because I still think Bling Bling Boy is a great character, a funny villain. It is I, Bling Bling Boy. Yeah, Bling Bling Boy is pretty funny. He's probably my favorite character in Johnny Test. It's funny, the little joke they do of him trying to win over Susan Test. He sings songs about her and shit. That's some really funny stuff. Did you see that show again? Yeah, I remember that at the end of All Stars. We should really do this again sometime. No. Yeah, then there's Chris doing as a little closure, his sign off at the end. And then there's Owen water skiing. Look, Mom, I'm water skiing. Ah! That was awesome. All right, I'm going to do a 3-on-3 computers fight right here. Let's do league battles. I don't really feel like doing that on the stream for some reason. I don't know. Like Billy Boy is such a funny villain. Yeah. He is funny. He's great. I don't feel like having Mech Naruto involved for some reason. Even though I saw the Naruto versus Mech Naruto filler episode on demand like a few months ago. It was kind of a funny filler episode. Best part of it is the part where Kakashi is like flying up in the air as he got hit, going, "Damn it!" That's a funny scene. Yeah, that's some pretty weird feel though. Naruto fighting the Mech Naruto. It's like the episode's like a weird crossover between Naruto and Iron Man, kind of. I love when Izzy say, "So bad!" in action. Yeah. I think it's obvious that you think the size death from my Toon Story Revival series. Yeah. The Shadow's such a badass. He doesn't deserve to die. And he has one of the best parts in your Toon Story Revival series with his dark, sad backstory of how he was originally a human that looked exactly like you. But he got turned into a hedgehog, and now he has to be named Shadow. And he could have been with an owner, but he accidentally shoots his owner in the face and says, some really dark shit like that. Oh. Oh, you just gave me a good question to ask for Fossa, Rabbit Lover. So Fossa, if you've seen both of my Toon Story Revival spoof film reviews that I did last year, which one do you think you like more between the one that reviews the first two movies and the one that reviews the third movie? Yeah, I probably like the first one. I probably like the one for the first two movies more since I got to go more in depth with the casting choices I really like, and because of the two added clips I threw in, like the one of that Toy Story 2 clip video I did last year and the one of Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z Bridge raging, showing how I feel about the over 2 minutes of My Little Pony Equestria Girls being used, because I didn't feel like screaming my ass off on camera, so I thought I'd do something different and have Vegeta do the raging for me by throwing in the clip from Dragon Ball Z Bridge. And fun fact, the music that was used in that clip, that music was actually added in by me from one of the Dragon Ball games. From one of the Dragon Ball games I've live streamed a lot, Tenkaichi 3, the caution music. Yeah, in the original Team 4-Star scene, there's no music playing at that part. It's just Vegeta screaming and the other characters hearing it, like Frieza being like, "What the devil is that noise?" And Gohan and Krillin being like, "Krillin, do you hear that? I feel that." And you got like King Yemma in Otherworld hearing it, thinking it's his wife or whatever. That's a funny rage scene. Just because for the other one, I feel sorry for you to have to read and review. Yeah, I know. But don't worry, it was by no means an awful experience doing the research for the third movie, even though I had to suffer through some of that fucking dog shit ass My Little Pony. It was fun doing research. It was fun doing it. Fun research that started with me that I did while having the Dragon Ball Z box set we have on the background from the Xbox. And later me doing it late at night out in the kitchen table. It was 4.5 papers I said in the video. But yeah, don't worry, it wasn't like a bad experience. It was tiring. It was pretty damn tiring, but it wasn't bad, and it was all worth it. I'd say those 2 review videos I did are pretty close, though. Yeah, I got to go in depth with casting choices and unique ideas in the third one, like Rabbit Lover wanted me to in the third one. And I did get to explain the whole thing about how I think that ending to Toon Story 3 is sad, but nowhere near as sad as it is in the original movie. But oh my god, I can't really watch it without crying now. You know, yeah, you could argue technically everyone dying, all the characters dying in Toon Story 3, that should technically be sadder than just Andy growing up and having to move on and go to college and give away his toys, but you know, just sadder for me. Since I don't like Rabbit Lover's Toon Story revival movies, obviously not as nearly as much as the original Toy Story movies, but the ending to his Toon Story series is still sad, like how people die and shit, make a really dark ending. That's a lot more darker than the ending to the original Toy Story 3 movie is. If you thought the original Toy Story 3 movie had a dark ending, which it does, look at Toon Story 3. I think Toon Story 3 is rated R from Rabbit Lover. That's true. It could also be rated R for that reason. I'm just gonna do Team 17. I'm gonna have Team 17 up against 3 random characters. Like how they teamed up on Kaguya in the Kaguya fight, even though Sakura didn't really do too much in that fight. No, PG-13. Oh yeah, PG-13. That's right. Still, not a spoof film parents want the kids to be watching. It's a good thing you have every part labeled as not for kids. Oh, sorry about that. I'm sure it's all good, Fossa. People in Canada, Toon Story 3 would be rated 14A due to blood scene. Yeah, because there's a lot of bloody scenes in it. No way in hell your Toon Story 3 would be just normal rated PG for an animated kids movie. It was an actual official thing, even though there's a lot of characters from kids shows on there, with all the Bluey characters and all the My Little Pony characters and all the Johnny Test characters. That just because that's kids characters in it, that does not mean it's for kids. And yeah, Super Mario Logan would be a good example of that too, because we use kid characters, characters from Mario, and such. And they add adult themes into them. And I'd say their videos have become more adult friendly over the years. And Foster, what do you think would be your favorite part of that Toon Story revival spoof film review I did of the first two Toon Story revival movies? I think mine would be like the part where I have Vegeta scream and rage for the 2 minutes of My Little Pony Equestria Girls footage being used. All right, now I want to actually play in a fight, so normal 1v1 match. I can imagine people hating my Toon Story 3 revival and thinking that ruined. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure they could cover that. It's just like a freaking fan-made spoof thing. It's not an official thing. Although, now that you said that, I should let you know that, like, on a part, I don't remember what part it was, but it was like maybe like part 8 or 9 or so. It was like the part that covers the part where Bandit gets resetted. I did see. They checked the newest comment, and I saw a completely hidden comment of a dude saying that it was the weirdest shit. That this spoof film's the weirdest shit he's ever seen, and he said that he wanted to die. Just so you know. So yeah, that's probably a good example of you saying of how you say people would think your Toon Story revival series ruined the Toy Story movies. Yeah, but I'm sorry if that comment affected you. I'm sorry, can you say that again? I'm guessing. Oh. Like, what's your favorite part of my review of the first two Toon Story movies is what I was saying. Sage of Six Paths Madara. This guy Obito stabbed, and that's what caused the big Kaguya fight. I want to use Amaterasu. Amaterasu. Because that's a badass freaking attack. For example, I somehow managed to have Kyle be completely unlikable. Yeah. Like, abandon his friends and family and argue with his friends and family about, like, you know, wanting to stay at Double D's house, despite the fact that Double D and his parents are dead. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you talk about changing who's the real Buzz. Yeah. Because I don't think any of us were expecting the G Major Bandit to go away that soon. I'm sure a lot of us were expecting a G Major Bandit versus Dark Vegan fight scene, but nope. Instead, we get the G Major Bandit dying for, like, the scene where Buzz gets his helmet, the utility belt Buzz gets his helmet removed, and we get a normal Bandit versus Vegan fight scene. I want to play. Let's see. Which character? I'm gonna play as a villain. I'll play as this guy I fought against last time, Six Paths Madara. Up against let's do Kaze Kagegara. And Dark Vegan dies too. Yeah. I can imagine both the G Major Bandit and Dark Vegan seeing each other again in hell, or maybe one's in heaven and the other's in hell. It might be. I like doing an old-fashioned way in Toy Story 2. Yeah, not have the other Top Cat die too soon, and have him actually leave for, like, you know, when he's playing fetch with Brian. Makes me want to do this quoting for that scene in Toy Story 2 for that Toy Story cast I did last year. Sasuke, are you coming with us or not? No, sorry, but I've got a lot of catching up to do with my brother. That's a good Sasuke. Now get the next ball. Oh, you're a great brother. Woo! Farewell. Yep. Sasuke told you didn't have to be sad about your brother being defeated by King at that fight scene in Toy Story 2. You still got to spend some good time with him at the end. I think out of the 2 Toy Story clip videos I did for Toy Story Dragon Ball cartoon in 2004, I think I like the Toy Story 2 one a bit more, probably just because I got to use good footage of the Sasuke versus Itachi fight from Naruto Shippuden. Got to make my own shorter, faster paced, maybe less fluid version, I guess you could say, of the Sasuke versus Itachi fight in Shippuden. That's a great fight. And I'm pretty amazed that's not even demonetized for copyright. Speaking of Itachi, that's the character I'm going to play as this next fight. I'll play as him against some random opponent. At least you'd be happy about the question. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I should mention in the review that it did make me, I did kind of smirk when I saw the Equestria girls go through that torture in the opening, and that opening sequence. Yeah, die and go, go die and go to the gates of cartoon hell. Yeah, like I've been saying, out of those 2 Toy Story clip videos I did last year, I think I like the second one a bit more. Just because I got to make my own version of the Sasuke versus Itachi fight. And I do really like the first one too, of Moxie from Helva Boss arguing with Sasuke at the gas station. Wow, that fight was like a little too easy. I think if I were to do a clip for Toy Story 3 Dragon Ball Cartoon Fan 2004 style, it'd probably be a scene where I have Luann from King of the Hill as Barbie and Trip Larson from the one episode King of the Hill as Ken, a voice actor reference right there. In Toy Story 3 The Fossa, was I lazy doing to defeat Evil Brian and elevator replacement unique idea? I wouldn't say too lazy. Right, up against the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju. Oh, speaking of Moxie from Helva Boss, here's a fun fact. I think his name is Crispin Freeman or whoever, who is the guy who voices the character I'm playing as right now, Itachi, Sasuke's older brother in Naruto, has the voice actor who does Moxie, the voice actor Richard Horvitz, who does Moxie from Helva Boss, Billy from Billy and Mandy, and Zim from Invader Zim, is the mentor of Crispin Freeman, the guy who voices Itachi from Naruto. So yeah, that's a fun fact I found out about like 2 months ago when I was at Wendy's one time. Like doing a bit of research on Naruto voice actors. So yeah, that's a fun fact. Itachi has Moxie as his mentor. I think that's pretty cool. They're both cool voice actors. Although I don't really know that many other roles from Crispin Freeman, honestly, apart from his role on Itachi. I do know he voices what's his name? Alucard, Alucard from Hellsing Ultimate. And yeah, that anime. And he also does Who else is he? He also does. I think he also had a cameo. He has a guest appearance in in Ice Age, in one of the Ice Age sequels. I think Dawn of the Dinosaurs, and I know he has a role in Steven Universe, but I don't really know any specific characters he voices apart from Alucard and Itachi. If you listen to him in his normal voice, he sounds like a more sophisticated version of those two anime characters. Who do I want to play as now? I'm gonna do part 1 Shikamaru up against Haku. Because even though Twilight sacrificed herself to save Kyle, you're not. I think her sacrifice, you feel bad for her because, of course. Yeah, because get that shit out of my face. Get that My Little Pony stuff out of my face. I don't want to see it. Turn around. Right.
Everything turned out as planned.
Maybe Sasuke.
You have a glass over
Yeah,
there? Can't get me keys.
sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I got a way to make tournament more randomized. I'm just gonna play with the joystick, the Joy-Con thing. Not even look at the screen and hit A at some point, so I don't know who I'm playing as. Not look at the screen, so I don't know who I'm playing as. Like I never thought of replacing. I can't like defeat Evil Brian over here. Yeah, Brooklyn Necklace. I mean, to be fair, it was kind of her fault. They were all in Toon Paradise in the first place. Yeah. I mean, like I do agree with what Twilight was saying. I thought they should move to a different place. But yeah, we can all agree that Toon Paradise was not the best place for them to move in because there's so much murder in there and stuff. Like Toon Paradise, more like Toon Hell. How about that? That's a better place. That's a better name for it. And yeah, it's especially an appropriate name for that place since your Toon Story 3 project's like rated PG-14. Toon Hell would be a really good name for it. Oh my god.
brightest eyes in existence.
Yeah, here's something kind of funny. I'm using when I'm using to prop up the Switch screen, the Switch tablet. I'm using my dad's change cup. I always watch Mojo do top 10 spoof movies. Yeah, that'd be cool to see. If they were to do top 10 like most unique spoof movies of all time, I think Rabbit Lovers 2 and Story 3 movie would be at number 1. That'd be cool to see him do that. Oh, speaking of Watch Mojo, I noticed a really big contradiction with them last night. So like the other day, they got out a list that goes over the top 20 most disappointing cartoon show finales, and this will probably make you happy, Fossa. The regular show finale got on that list at number 20. But the funny thing is, they praised the regular show finale in like 4 other videos before. Like they put the regular show finale on 2 lists to focus on the best cartoon show finales, and they even considered the Pops' fight with Anti-Pops in that finale to have like one of the top 10 most epic cartoon showdowns or whatever. But now they want to turn around and say that finale was disappointing. And even at some point in the video, like Rebecca says that to say that the finale was a letdown would be an understatement. Yet you've called it one of the best cartoon show finales a few times before, and you even said that the Pops' fight with Anti-Pops is one of the best showdowns in cartoon history. How is it disappointing now? How is saying that it's a letdown is only an understatement? Big contradiction right there. I mean, yeah, I get it with a channel that's run by many people with different opinions, like Watch Mojo, and with lists that are based on different opinions. It makes sense for like not every opinion to be consistent, especially since they've been doing top 10s for years. But really, that's got to be one of the biggest contradictions I've ever seen with YouTubers. Oh, let's praise a cartoon show finale for like 4 lists before, but now let's call it disappointing and call it one of the most disappointing cartoon show finales. Like we never, like all that stuff we said about it before never happened. Yeah, I was pretty annoyed by that last night. But hey, with how much Watch Mojo contradicts themselves, maybe at some point they'll do maybe a top 10 best regular show episodes list and put that finale as like at least an honorable mention or something. And of course, Shadow dies because he wanted to prevent himself from making any more mistakes despite all the things. Yeah, all the bad shit he's caused. With seeing his wife and daughter die. With accidentally shooting a hunter in the face. What a dark past he has. Man, like I still like Watch Mojo. They make lists on a lot of interesting things, but the main thing you don't trust them with is consistency, since they contradict their opinions a lot. I could give a bunch of other examples, but I don't really feel like doing that. Of them contradicting themselves. I think that stuff I was just talking about, the regular show finale, might be one of the best, or if not the best example of Watch Mojo contradicting themselves. Yeah, that would be cool though if they did a top 10 of the best spoof movies on YouTube. And Miss Mojo, I've noticed Miss Mojo doing a few top 10 Total Drama lists. Like, there was that one list where they go over the top 10 Total Drama characters. I remember you bringing it up on your Total Drama backstory video, Fossa. Where Gwen was number 1, and I know I'm sure that made you really happy. And they also did a top 10 Total Drama moments. I don't remember that list too well, but I do remember it being a pretty decent list. I do remember one of the moments being on that list is Harold beatboxing. That's an awesome scene. It could be his best moment in Total Drama. Who do I want to play as now? Fun fact, this guy has the same Funimation dub voice actor. This guy has the same dub voice actor as adult Gohan in Dragon Ball. And I think he also voices one of the Street Fighter characters in Wreck-It Ralph. What if Watch Mojo did top 10 reasons that... Oh, that would be good. Although Watch Mojo, keep in mind though, Watch Mojo does seem to like My Little Pony. Since they one time did a top 10 best My Little Pony episodes list, and they did a They've also put My Little Pony on some positive cartoon lists. Like they put it on a top 20 best cartoon show finales, and they put Twilight Sparkle at number 3, a top 10 Tara Strong voice roles, which I remember really pissing me off. And they also put My Little Pony at number 5 on like this old list that goes over the top 10 best cartoon shows of the 2010s. So yeah, don't think. Just say no. Yeah, Watch Mojo does not hate My Little Pony like we do, Fossa. Sorry to report that, but like they don't talk about it as much as some other stuff like anime, but still, they have talked about My Little Pony a good chunk of times before. So Naruto against his son Boruto. Okay. Yeah, they don't. Man, that would be pretty funny though if they used like one of the spoof videos as like a to prove their point on like reasons to hate My Little Pony. But I don't think they'll ever do a reasons to hate My Little Pony video because they don't really hate it. They've praised it they praised it a good chunk of times before. Again, they don't talk about it as nearly as much as let's say anime. They've done over 1,000 anime lists, but still they're not. They don't hate My Little Pony like we do, Fossa. Sorry. Poor Shadow. Had one chance of doing Kyle, but no, he just wanted to kill himself because of some mistakes he's caused. Yeah. It's sad how some people I don't okay, I don't want to talk I got a like on the stream. Nice. But anyway, I don't want to talk go too deep with that type of problem. Because I don't want to talk too much about that stuff on the channel because I heard like talking about suicide and stuff get you demonetized, but so it's pretty dark. The show does that. I don't want to talk too much about that though. I don't want the stream to get like demonetized because of us talking too much about like suicide, even though it's a fictional suicide we're talking about here, but it's fine. I've labeled it. It probably doesn't matter since I've labeled the stream as not for kids anyway. I don't want to talk. I don't feel comfortable talking too much about that type of stuff on the channel. But yeah, you're right though. You're right though. It is sad how Shadow went away like that. Just be careful what you talk. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you don't gotta be like super. Like, I don't gotta be like super family friendly on my videos. Like, I can cuss. There's been a good chunk of times where I get away with cussing in my videos and showing a bit of blood, but still, it's best to like just be family friendly.
So, hey, Jess, you're gonna pick up. You want to run up to the store down there?
Sure.
Or should we do something else? It's fairly cold.
So like what? Like come with you guys so you can drop me off to get food or whatever.
If you want to.
Like when you were leaving.
Well, we're leaving now. I was just gonna give you money if you wanted to go down to the corner store and maybe walk to Subway.
In a few minutes.
In a few minutes, what?
I think I want to go.
Oh, okay. Well, me and Josie were just pulling out. I was coming here to give you money.
You just give me money.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That was my point.
All right. Okay.
There you go.
See ya.
Yeah. See ya. Just go to the corner store and you have tuna still up there. All you got to do is get 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
And spread the tuna out on it with a spoon or a knife.
Yeah, I'll go to like the food store or Subway.
All right. Look at that.
All right, sorry. Yeah, that was just me talking with my father. My sister just here, like going out to get food or whatever. He's giving me money to get food for later. So yeah, I don't know when I'll end the stream, but this next fight definitely won't be my last fight. I still want to stream for a little bit because this game is pretty fun. I'll play as Kabuto against some random opponent. Yeah, you gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with what we do on YouTube. What if I was in Los Angeles top 10 YouTubers? No offense, but I don't think that would ever happen. They probably don't even know about you, but that would be a nice surprise. They have done like a YouTubers list before. Like I do remember one time they did like top 10 funniest YouTubers for like over 4 years, from like over 4 years ago. I remember the Odd Ones Out got #1 on that list. All right, was it top 10 funniest YouTubers or top 10 most binge-worthy YouTubers? I think it was funniest YouTubers, yeah. And the Odd Ones Out got #1 on that list they did from 2019. Which made my little sister Josie happy since she really likes the Odd Ones Out. Definitely, I like the Odd Ones Out from the bits I've seen of them, although I haven't really seen much of their content apart from their Bluey video, honestly. I've seen like maybe 1 or 2 of their other videos, but they seem like good animators. For those who are confused on why I use scissors for kill to kill fire, because I didn't want to use an actual knife because we didn't want to risk getting. Oh, okay. Well, I guess scissors is a more unique way of killing her, so yeah, not a bad idea.
That's enough. You'll have no dreams left.
I think I've searched up who Kabuto's dub voice actor was a few times, but I forgot who it was. All right, Fossa, here's a question for you. Since you really hate these 2 shows and they're both F tier for you, if you had to watch one of these 2 shows, which would it be? Bluey or Dragon Ball? Yeah, knives are a little bit extreme. Yeah, they are. We don't need to go that far. It's not like... Yeah, we don't need to go that far and use knives. We can already cause a lot of violence with like other stuff. Other weapons like swords and nunchucks. But yeah, Foster, if you had to watch one of these 2 shows, of these 2 shows that you hate, which would it be? Dragon Ball or Bluey? I'm gonna go get a drink real quick. I'll just continue the fight. $9,000. Yeah, the meme's great. Even though I prefer the Funimation and Kai dubs of Dragon Ball, I gotta admit, the Ocean dub is the dub that seemed the best. Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000. What, 9,000? There's no way that could be right. Got it. Yeah, I think probably the version that does it's over 9,000 seemed the best in Dragon Ball Z is either the Ocean dub or the Japanese version. They both did it really well. A great deliverance from Vegeta and Nappa's Japanese voice actors, who sadly, Nappa's Japanese voice actor passed away last year, a bit after Valentine's Day, which is sad, but hey, at least he, on the bright side, he lived up to 89, so he lived a really long life, but still it's sad that he passed away like that. May you rest in peace. Pretty sad, but still my saddest death of 2023 was how Johnny Hardwick, the voice of Dale Gribble, died near the end of summer vacation last year. That was pretty sad. It's the much better version. Yeah. It is funny how they have him like voice Robotnik, like voice Eggman in a couple of the Sonic shows, and how they have him, how they brought back for Dragon Ball Super in the Funimation of the voice to copy Vegeta for that filler arc that lasted for a few episodes. That's kind of a nice touch right there. If you couldn't guess, when I was having the Dragon Ball Z box set on in the background, when I was doing the Toon Search 3 research, I was having it be like off the Funimation dub with the US soundtrack. Because I do prefer that version of Dragon Ball Z, even though the Kai dub is my favorite. But we do have like 1 or 2 Ocean dub DVDs here with the amount of Dragon Ball stuff we have. We got a bunch of Dragon Ball stuff with the games and DVDs and such. And we have like 1 or 2 Ocean dub ones. Yeah, the Ocean dub is kind of funny. Obito against some random opponent. Kimura, yeah, that's the fight Goku and Vegeta were talking about in that video I did of them watching the Toy Story, the Fawcett movies. Broccoli and Nara versus Kimura. Fun fact, I first learned 9000 from Toy Story 2 YouTube. Well, I don't remember the name of it, but really? Interesting. I thought maybe you learned of it from Rabbit Lover and me. No, you found out of it from Toy Story 2 YouTube. You don't remember that? Do you remember if you found that YouTube before you met me? Because I remember you not knowing that much about Dragon Ball until after you met me on March of 2022. But that is imaginable. It's understandable how you discovered it through YouTube. Because it's such a popular meme. Of course, people are going to put it in YouTube poops. Another popular Dragon Ball meme, really popular Dragon Ball meme, is Ultra Instinct, where people like take random scenes of a character like showing to be real powerful and such, can't be beaten, and like, you know, they edit in the Ultra Instinct theme from Dragon Ball Super and make that character seem so OP, like the Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme. That's a great meme. Because I like the Ultra Supers, which are the ones where Ian plays Goku. Yeah. Where Goku's voiced by Rolf from Ed, Edd n Eddy. You dare mock the son of a shepherd! Oh, speaking of Ed, Edd n Eddy, I think the voice actor for Ed, I think his birthday's coming up. I'll search it up. I think his name's Matt Hell or something like that. I'm searching it up right now. Oh, his birthday! Oh, his birthday is today. Pretty cool. Today's the birthday of the. Today's like the 56th birthday of Matt Hill, the guy who voices Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. So yeah, happy birthday, Ed. Maybe he'd want to have his cake be covered in gravy and such, since he's such a big gravy person. And gotta love Ed. He's a funny, dumb character, but my favorite character in that anime is Eddie because I love how he's like one of those fun, jackass characters. His voice is pretty fun to do. Beat it, sockhead! Oh, come on, Ed, not again. It was a long time since before I met you. Ah. So that's some experience you had with Dragon Ball before you met me. Interesting. Even though you'd eventually end up hating it. But at least you like the "It's Over 9,000" meme and the Dragon Ball skits I do. I wouldn't be surprised if you could if you would watch Dragon Ball Z if all of it was dubbed by me. Because you do like my acting. Yeah, happy birthday, Matt Hill. Are you talking to me? It's fun to do the Gilbert Gottfried voice. Are you talking to me? Listen, little cat. Take a look at me. What am I? Really small? No, I'm a bird. I'm a parrot. You know, grab your torch and pitchforks. Doesn't that bother you? Gilbert Gottfried was a great voice actor. May he rest in peace. I don't know much about Dragon Ball, so yeah, that's true. Now you have some knowledge about it, but that doesn't matter much because you hate it. That's all good. Again, at least you like the "It's Over 9,000" meme in my skits. And even if I'm still mad at you for hating Dragon Ball, there's still plenty of shows that are up both our alleys. Like Total Drama. I love putting Total Drama in my videos and talking about it. Okay, I think we're going to do one more computer fight, and then I'll do another fight myself. Let's just be random. I think. Oh, Fossa, here's an anime-related question I have for you, but it's with the only anime show you love. What do you think was the first Sonic X scene or episode you saw from both the English dub and the Japanese version? I'm sure you've probably seen a lot more of the English dub than the Japanese version. Yeah, same thing with me, because I am one of those dub over sub guys. Which people would probably roast me because a lot of anime fans prefer watching anime and sub with Japanese with English subtitles, Japanese things with subtitles. Yeah, I prefer watching my stuff dubbed. I'm not saying it's a bad idea to watch it in Japanese. I like it, and it's fine. But I just like watching stuff in my in my formal native language. I just like watching stuff in my native language. I mean, I don't mind watching things in foreign languages. That's fine. But I just prefer watching it in my normal language, where I understand the language and I don't have to read subtitles or learn a foreign language to understand what the characters are saying. What are they, you little flame-headed brat? Wait till we get down there. And that everything is mine. Oh, 6 people watching. Oh, I actually thought the fight was over for a second. I forgot it's a 3-round match. Okay. I don't watch English version, so I watched episodes where I moments. Yeah. I've seen a lot more of the English dub of Sonic X than the sub. I've seen bits of the sub though. Yeah, I know there's like a lot of deleted scenes in the Japanese version that they removed in Sonic X, like the scene where like Shadow and Rouge are at a bar. There's a bunch of other examples, but I don't remember too many of them. I've mostly just seen the dub of Sonic X, like both off of YouTube and off of CW4Kids back when they used to air Sonic X right before Dragon Ball Z Kai would come on. That was cool. I've only seen the dub of Sonic X, and I think Sonic X could maybe be my favorite Sonic show. I don't know. It could maybe be, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe, since it was the Sonic show that I chose to put in my animated shows of all time tier list, since I went with one show per franchise, and I put that in the S tier because of my Sonic fanboyism. It could maybe be that, or it could maybe be Sonic Prime. I know Sonic Prime is like over at this point. There's 3 seasons. I need to get back on Sonic Prime. I know there's some really interesting stuff going on in Sonic Prime, like Sonic teaming up with Shadow and stuff. Yeah, I think Sonic Prime could maybe be my favorite Sonic show if I watch more of it. Like, if I had to pick one Sonic show to watch, it would probably, I can imagine it being between a Sonic X and Sonic Prime. Yeah, maybe Sonic Boom too, because Sonic Boom is pretty damn funny. As for the Sonic shows of the 90s, I don't think it'd be any of those. I mean, the ones for the 90s are good, but the ones of this century are better. He's gonna lead the way. Yeah. I might only watch parts of your Toon Age project, but I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. I especially don't want to do reviews of it. But I think I'll watch for parts of it to see how you do with the casting choices I like, what Johnny Test has said and such. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't think any of the 90s Sonic cartoons could be my favorite. Not that they're bad, they're cool. But, the ones from the century are better. With Sonic X being right up there with Dragon Ball Z Kai and Naruto Shippuden as my favorite animes. I remember one time I did a poll asking people which anime is their favorite between these 3 of my favorite anime shows, between Sonic X, Dragon Ball Z Kai, and Naruto Shippuden. If you haven't noticed, Fossa, to make you happy, Sonic X completely destroyed the other 2 shows in that poll. Yeah, it's not that surprising since I know my subscribers are like a lot more into Sonic than Dragon Ball, and especially Naruto. I can't have favorite show actually between X and yeah, they're all really good shows. The ones of this century, I think the Sonic shows of this century are better than the ones from the 90s. The ones from the 90s, again, are cool. I don't hate any Sonic show, but I would rather watch the ones from this century, from the from what Sonic X and the 2 ones we've got from this past decade. X, Boom, and Prime. There's other animes I found myself liking too, but if I had to pick 3 anime shows to watch, I think it'd be Sonic X, Dragon Ball Z Kai, and Naruto Shippuden. Because those 3 shows slap. And I'm happy my closest subscribers are popular with it, like at least one of those 2 shows. Like Sonic X is definitely the anime I've seen be used the most in these spoofs. It's not surprising since Sonic's so heavily used in these spoofs. Because Sonic is freaking awesome.
In that case, do you think SpongeBob is Diego's a terrible casting choice?
That is pretty bad. I think SpongeBob would be a much better choice for Sid, but Diego, I think him as Diego would maybe be like slightly better than having him be casted as Manny. I think him as Diego is pretty bad, but I think there's worse you could do with SpongeBob as Diego. With SpongeBob being an Ice Age character, I think he'd be a much better choice for a Sid, or maybe like one of those two guys who Buck teams up with in the later Ice Age films. I forgot what their names are. I think they're like Crash and Eddie or something like that. Yeah, I think he'd be a better choice for one of those 2 guys. Like, you know, like it would also be a good idea to have like him and Patrick be those 2 guys, Crash and Eddie. I think that'd be kind of funny to see. Oh, the screen was darkened. The screen was darkened for a bit, and I was wondering why that is. But then I think it's just because I haven't touched my controller in a bit. And this fight's kind of dragging. Come on, girls! I want to fucking play. I want to play. This might be the last computer fight for this stream. Come on, if I was playing, this fight would be over way earlier.
Sonic and Total Drama both
be. That's true. There's also a lot of people who use Total Drama in spoofs. Like I saw one Shrek spoof cast that has Gwen as the fairy godmother. And Fosse, I know as much as you love Gwen, I'm sure you can definitely agree that Gwen does not fit the fairy godmother at all. If you were to have a Total Drama character be the fairy godmother, I think it should be Heather. Even if she's too young to be the fairy godmother, since the fairy godmother has an old son like Prince Charming, I still think she'd be a much better choice for the fairy godmother than Gwen. Okay, that fight kind of dragged on. No, that's not what I meant to do. Seriously, computers. It seems like computers and Naruto games, or like fighting games in general, probably tend to have a possibility of wasting time. It's like, seriously, if I was doing that fight, that would have been over much sooner. I swear to God, it would have. I'm gonna play as the early Shippuden Sasuke up against the normal base Shippuden Naruto, and we'll just do it at a random stage.
well, at least you don't think SpongeBob Diego's gonna.
Yeah, get that shit out of my face. Though I would much rather have you have a Discord be Manny than Woody, because I don't like Ice Age as much as Toy Story. I mean, I still like Ice Age. Ice Age is cool, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's as near as fun to spoof or watch as Toy Story is. Anyway, I don't like Gwen as fairy godmother. Yeah, that's a pretty bad casting choice. Gwen's a great character, but her as the fairy godmother, not very good. And even you who has a crush on Gwen, it's nice that you're able to admit to that. She's not a good choice for fairy godmother. Yeah, no matter how good of a character Gwen is, that does not excuse her being the fairy godmother. No. Here's a much better Shrek character for her, the ogre version of Fiona.
You watch the anime?
Not a huge amount of anime. I was just talking about earlier on the channel about how some of the how I could pick if I could pick 3 anime shows, it'd be Sonic X, Dragon Ball Z Kai, and Naruto Shippuden. Yeah, I also like other animes too. Like there's a good chunk of, I also like the Studio Ghibli films. The Studio Ghibli films are cool. And there's other interesting shonens. Like I've seen a few episodes. I've seen like the first few episodes of Bleach. I've seen a bit of Bleach. That's a cool show. And I've also seen a bit of Attack on Titan. That's pretty good. But I like anime, but I'm definitely more of a Western animation person. Though I like anime though. I think there's a lot to like with anime, but I still prefer Western animation.
I have a new sub. Cool.
Yeah, see, you got an Itachi profile. Cool. Good. You can look forward to. Yeah, and you seem like a good person to be subscribed to my channel, since I do tend to do Naruto content a good chunk of times. I mean, I'm definitely more of a Dragon Ball YouTuber, but I still have done a lot of Naruto content, especially when it comes to like, you know, doing content on Naruto games or talking about like what episodes Adult Swim's airing of Shippuden. Like I don't do Naruto videos in like a Squad Kage type of way, but I do Naruto videos in different ways, like putting it in my spoof casts and doing Adult Swim. Talking about Adult Swim airing the show, and you know Naruto games and such.
I am DBZ fan. Yep.
So am I. Although I do prefer Kai, but I do really like Z as well. I think they're both really good. Oh, more people are showing up. I think I want to do tournament again. Yeah, because tournament's pretty fun, even though, yeah, it could be done better. It could be done better, like, you know, be more randomized, but still, I like it. Like, let's do team. I want to do a Team 7 team up on tournament. Wow. I did click on tournament, right? Oh no, I clicked on How could I be that silly? I clicked on versus battle on accident. Oh, whatever, I'm still doing this fight anyway. It's still up against the random team like how I wanted it to, so.
You have to admit, if you don't use SpongeBob Viega, then I wouldn't have Dynasty.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Even though I love Gwen so much, but there's special choices where I don't.
Yeah. Just because Gwen's a great character does not mean you can't do a bad casting choice with her. Yeah, let's have Naruto have a go.
Always stay true to your word. That's my ninja way.
I think Gwen is Jesse's awesome casting choice.
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't exactly say it's an awesome casting choice, but it's still much better than having her be fairy godmother. I will agree with that. I think a better total drama character for Jesse would be Izzy. Because, you know, she's more in the crazy type, and, you know, Jesse does that kind of crazy. I think I think Izzy would be a better choice for Jessie. Although I remember I had her be the toy guy Barbie for my Toy Story Jane Picture style thing, Dragon Ball cartoon fan 2004 style thing. And that was a good casting choice, along with a bunch of other soul drama characters as the other Barbies. I'm just gonna random the hell out of this. Is there not like a have select all random option? Like I don't really care who I'm fighting. I just want to just want to get the tournament started. Oh, I don't remember. Really? I'm surprised. Well, I guess. Well, to be fair, I guess maybe I could see why you wouldn't remember that. I can imagine you maybe like not watching that whole Toy Story Dragon Ball cartoon fan 2004 style thing. Oh no, maybe you did watch the whole way through. You probably just forgot about certain casting choices because oh my god, there's maybe like around 130 cast. There's like over 130 casting choices that went over in that big cast. And this cast video I'm working on is going to be even bigger. Don't count on it. Oh, yeah. I think it's pretty much confirmed that if you were to do another Toy Story cast, Rabbit Lover, which I know you don't want to, because you've spoofed Toy Story enough by this point. But if you were to do another cast, you'd probably have Dookie. I'm sure you'd have Dookie be Woody. Yeah, and I love that scene with the 8-ball from Toy Story 1. Will Andy pick me? Don't count on it. Oh, dang. That's a funny scene. With the 8-ball. Yeah, you don't stand a chance against Team 7. Yeah, I might even use Bender as Buzz. Yeah, not as good as Bandit being him, but I think that would work. Much better than having Johnny be Buzz. Who am I up against now? I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention there. I feel like the game loads more if you do tournament mode and team battle. I have Toy Story Spoof Shrek is winning donkeys, but I did see a Scratch Pack cast one time that uses that, like a Toy Story Shrek Scratch Pack cast uses that. Yeah. Of course, I do think Woody's a good choice for Shrek, like, just like Woody Shrek style movies, but Buzz is Donkey. I don't think that's a very good one. Buzz feels too, like, mature to be Donkey. I'd say if there's any version of Buzz that fits Donkey, it would be the Toy Story 4 version of Buzz, but not even that Buzz, I'd say is remotely close to fitting Donkey.
Right now, Toy Story seems like it's spoofed enough for me. It's still quite weird.
Yeah, that's true. You can still, if you like, you don't gotta be like do it in a full movie per project. You can still do quotes and maybe even a cast video if you want, but I'm sure you probably don't even feel like doing that, which is fair.
Nice training with that.
Yeah, it does seem like the game tends to load more if you do tournament and team battle. I was using Donkey as Buzz. I would use Destroy House as new Buzz and silly bolts. Donkey Horse. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I did not mean to tag out the Sakura. Oh, man. Voice actress is kind of overdoing it a bit. All right, that was it? Okay. All right, well, I'm going to do one more fight and then end the stream. I've been streaming for a little while. Maybe next time I'll do survival. I'm sure that'd be... Maybe next time I stream this game, I'll do survival. So one quick fight. No, guys, you got the wrong donkey. You got the wrong donkey. Uh-oh. I accidentally have it set to team match. Hold on, give me a sec, guys. I'll just do, Sharingan Sasuke versus Naruto. Yeah, do it in Sunset Forest. You are a cartoon. You aren't the real thing. All you guys know about. You are a child watching thing. Yeah, more of an adult watching thing since Futurama is not a kid show. It's an adult cartoon. Like, it's not the most adult show in the world, but still, it's not for kids. But I get where you're coming from with that quote. Oh. Oh, come on. Get up, get up. Wow, that was like almost a perfect win. All right. Okay, so I've been streaming for a little while. I'm going to close out from here, so. Yep. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching the stream.